Joining us now on MSUEagles.com, the head football coach at Morehead State, Rob Tenyer. Morehead State with a 23-0 advantage on the scoreboard in the second half today, and the Eagles get it done up at Brownfield in Valparaiso, Indiana, 42-28. Coach, third straight win in PFL play, and I know you're pleased with the effort overall.
No question. I felt like we came out with a little more energy in the second half, and not that we played real poorly in the first half, but offensively, we had a few tip balls and had a few turnovers. They turned into points, which good football teams do, and we weren't being aggressive enough on defense. We're allowing the quarterback a little too much time to throw the football, and so we made some adjustments at halftime and played a really good football team, and I think special teams, we did a nice job as well.
You mentioned Valparaiso turning in some of your miscues into points, and their first 14 points were off of Morehead State turnovers. How important was it for your group to mentally stay in the game and stick to the script and end up kind of outlasting them today?
Well, no, you got to prepare your football team when you come to Valparaiso and play, because they're a better football team at home. And after that 14-0, I told our guys, I said, listen, it's time to play some inspired football. We got to make some plays on both sides of the football, and offensively we did. Defensively, we did not really in the first half, but we rallied the troops and talked to them at halftime. We made some adjustments and played a really good football game in the second half.
Valparaiso was kind of chipping away at the deficit late in the game. A huge interception by Michael Jackson in the end zone for a touchback for your team, his fifth pick in his career. Just talk about that play.
Well, Michael's playing at a real high level right now. He's doing a real nice job for us, and him and John Coleman, we've revamped some things to put them in some blitz packages, and they're doing a heck of a job. And that was a great play by Mike there, a big play in the game. And I believe we took that touchdown down the field, that turnover down the field, and turned it over points and into points, and gave us a 2-touchdown lead at that time. So it was a big play, big play.
John Coleman, one of 6 seniors on the roster, a career high, 12 tackles today. Just kind of assess his play for us.
I'd say 9 of them probably came in the second half. We decided to play a little more man coverage and bring some more pressure, and they ran a lot of crossing routes, and John did a great job. He had 2 big tackles on 4th down plays that ended drives and got our defense off the field. So I hope he can continue to play at a high level for us. He's playing really, really good, and I'm real proud of him.
You have a true freshman quarterback this year, Austin Gehafer. You've talked about his potential and the way he can spin it, and he showed us that today. 1 passing yard shy of the school record, 458. He also had 41 completions, an outstanding day for him overall.
Boy, he just seems to get better and better, and he was my biggest question mark coming off a bye week, being a young guy, but he really gets it. He really gets it, and he's what I call a perfect fit for what we do offensively. And I wouldn't necessarily call him a dual threat guy, but he can do that for us. He can run a little bit, and he throws it and gets it out quick. And he made some really good decisions today in our run game, and throwing screens and some checks. And he's really turned into an outstanding player, and I'm excited about having him on board as we move forward.
89 total plays for your group today on offense. I know with you being the offensive coordinator the last couple of years and kind of being offensive minded, at least at this point in your career, you're happy to see that pace and that tempo, and you guys picked up a lot of yards, 627 overall today.
Well, I think that when you can play, what I like today is we played at different tempos throughout the game. We had some series where we were really working fast, and we had some plays that had a big touchdown off a freeze where we had them jump off sides, and so 89 plays. Part of that is Valparaiso too. They threw it a bunch today, and we're giving us more opportunities to score on offense, and we did that in the second half.
A big homecoming football game coming up at Jane Stadium against Dayton. You mentioned Chuck Mraz and others in the post-game show. 4 out of your last 5 contests this year at home, and that's got to be a big advantage for your team.
It is, and I'm going to talk to our players about what kind of legacy do they want to leave for this football program, because this is our initial season with our new staff and new era of Morehead State football, and they've got an opportunity moving forward for a special season. And to be honest with you, I didn't know where we would be at this point. And so I'm real proud of our guys, their character and their work ethic. And I told our guys, enjoy this game, have a great trip home, but I want you to start thinking about Dayton. And I want to turn this Dayton game into Michigan-Ohio State. That's what I want it to be. I want this to traditionally be the game for us because, they're 3 hours north. We got a bunch of Ohio guys, myself being from Michigan. I want to make it Morehead State, Dayton, just like Ohio State, Michigan. And and that's the type of environment I want to have when we play Dayton.
Your team obviously didn't start the season the way you had hoped, but what has been the difference? Obviously, the schedule has been a little more favorable recently, not taking anything away from your team, but I know that at practice the attitude's been right. There's been a lot of energy, and guys have continued to follow what the coaches have laid out for them.
Well, you know, it's just kind of, you got a plan in place, and we've got good structure, we've got good organization, and we've got a lot of great guys, you know, and coaches and players, and they've never stopped believing, and I give our players a lot of credit for that. And I know when things are going well, I get a lot of credit for that as the head coach, but ultimately it's about your student athletes and how they respond, and I'm real proud, and they're excited, and our morale's real high right now, and we got a lot of confidence, so it should be a fun environment next week for homecoming.
Again, the Eagles back at Jane Stadium Saturday, 1 p.m. against Dayton, and they'll have 4 out of their last 5 games at home. Rob, real happy for you and your coaches, and of course the student athletes on this team. Congratulations.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.